So I'm back with May. We've discussed previously with buying and rent, and I'm going to ask him some couple of questions. Do you have any idea that we've made the list that, you know, what's the pros and cons about buying, or not at all?
Well, you want me to say like last time or?
Yeah, last time.
Okay. Remember last time when I had a conversation with you about things like interest rate and mortgage, you know? I didn't know, but then you explained to me, so now I'm aware of what they are.
Oh, definitely is, definitely is. Did you know that, were you aware of signing an agreement, even though it doesn't matter if you pay 5% of the deposit or 20% or 25%, that, you know, you're signing a house agreement with 25 years or 40 years? Do you know that at all, or
Nah.
you know it back then, or?
Now, before then, I didn't know, but then when you explained to me, I understand it more. Because I just thought, like, when you have money, you can just go and deposit the money, and then or just go ask bank to give you some money, and you can just pay them off for like minimum of like 10 years or less, you know. But I didn't know you actually go for so long, like you say like 30 to 40 years. I didn't actually think about it like that. But now I have like a second thought, you know, whether I should get a house or not.
Yeah. Do you know what happened? Let's just say you bought a house.
Yep.
In your second year, your job got sacked. Do you know what happened to your house if you don't get a job within 3 or 6 months, or you don't get enough to pay off
The mortgage.
The mortgage.
Yeah. Now I know that, like, if that happened to you and you don't have a job, you don't have like any ways that you can just get income that you can pay back your mortgage. I'm pretty sure the bank will just come and take your house from you.
It's
They will just
exactly.
kick you out.
It's in part, plus not only just they get your house, but you know also what they're gonna get you.
They're gonna drain your life pretty much. They will just take everything that any asset that you have.
They definitely will take your assets, but also you still have to pay off the mortgage.
So they will take a house from you, and then you have to pay the mortgage as
Yeah,
well.
whatever the leftover they sold the house.
Why?
That's how it works.
So pretty much.
So that's the risk you are getting to get through.
Wow. It's pretty much like going to jail, you know. So you're just like risking your life. Yeah, pretty much.
And I've spoken to a couple of my friends is that, you know, you wanted to buy a house because you know you want to buy it for your mother, I believe.
Yeah. Before then, I thought like I'm just gonna buy a house because I have a cousin that buy houses, and what he does is just rent them out. I was thinking of doing that, but then now like I'm in a different state of life, you know.
Yeah.
In my life, so I was thinking of just buying my mama house.
Yeah. So this is before your mum situation.
Yeah.
You wanted to buy it to make money.
Yeah.
So okay, for example, let's just say you bought a house.
Yeah.
All right. You never know when a house. Well, right now everyone's on the media. He says that. Yes, the house is going up. It's getting expensive.
Yeah.
You got to buy a house right now, or later on, Australian future, nobody's going to get a house. You know why? Because the Chinese investors are coming in and get all the houses, and the market price is going up, 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 up.
Yeah.
So, make him or make all of us to buy a house. But the problem is, yeah, obviously it is what's happening right now. Look, we see houses are being rising from the past 20 years, and it hasn't been declined. It has bumps. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, you purchase the house, whatever the price it is, right? Let's just say $400,000. Let's just say tomorrow the house devalues, right, in a certain amount. Let's just say $50,000 or $100,000. Do you know what the banks will do to you?
Like.
Let's just say you bought the house for $400,000. Now it devalues $300,000, or $350,000 or $320,000. There's a certain percentage that the bank will do something to you if it devalues. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah.
Wow. So what? Would they still take your house from you if that happened, or?
No, what they usually do is, let's just say that scenario could happen. Right. The banks will chase you to say, I want you to cover this loss.
Wow.
So you have two options. Either you pay up front the losses, or including the interest, I don't know how much it is, or they add more of your interest mortgage.
Wow. So you have to do like, you have to compromise with them pretty much. Well, let's say you don't have a job, then pretty much you're done.
Yeah, but in that scenario, even if you have a job, let's just say you pay $400 per week, and if the house devalues, they're gonna chase you you have two options. It's either you pay for the loss or upfront on one spot, or they add extra mortgage every single week. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but now I understand, because like, I understand your point, your moral of the story that you're trying to tell me is that you have to know, what you're doing before you actually consider buying a house.
That is the reason why I'm making this video out, because I know a lot of media, a lot of like your parents will peer pressure you to buy a house. Like, yes, his uncle's making money. Yes, I'm not going to say you don't make money, but let's just say that there's pros and cons. It's like playing shares. If the share goes up, you make money. If share goes down, you lose money. It's simple. What I'm trying to say is that the risk of getting to that stage is not as high as shares, because you don't know shares. So, for that, for property, it's a lot more, not greater chance at share, but shares is a lot greater chance. Yeah. There's always risk involved. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because my father literally bought a house in 2000. I'll get the right figures, all right? But I think it was 2006, it was 970,000, and 2009, it's 2004 he bought the house, and he sold it in 2006. He bought the house 925,000, and he sold the house 825.
Wow.
That means he lost 100,000.
Wow.
So within 3 years' time or 2 years' time, he lost money.
But the thing is, like, I have like some friends that like long time ago they bought houses, and they goes to me like, if you buy a house, let's say you bought a house like a long time ago, and then you were to sell the house right now, you will make more money. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Which is quite confusing, because your dad bought a house like 2004, and in 2009 he sold the house again, right?
Yeah.
And he lost money. Why is that? Isn't it supposed to be like him making money?
How is it? Buying a house is, or do anything with a house, they follow with the Australian economy, and it's not like unemployment or whatever. I think we went through the Asia crisis.
Okay.
So certain crises we follow, Australia will follow as well. So it's not just, if May bought a house and that, or even jack up the price, it will jack up. Somehow it will devalue. And the reason behind is they raise interest rate.
Okay.
They raise a bit, and a lot of people trying to get out the market. So
pretty much depend on the economic and all.
It's not based on you, but it's also based on the economic.
Okay.
So
wow. That is intense.
But the reason why people buy houses is that, well, you're paying rent.
Of course.
$400 per week. You can buy a house 400,000 and you pay $400 per week, and that's your house. But that one's not your house. You're paying someone's mortgage off.
Of course.
That's why more and more people are saying, hey, may as well just buy a house rather than renting, because I'm paying the same stuff. Maybe I pay extra, and that's my house.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a good thing, to just buy a house instead of paying rent for somebody else, At least you know that you're paying for your own property, But the other bad thing is how later on, when like the market is going down, and then
the risk you have to go through.
The bank come, and then try to tear you apart. That's the only bad thing about it. But like, if you have money and you want to buy a house, I think that's the best way to do it than renting.
Oh, obviously it is. I think buying a house is not like buying a car. Buying a car, you can risk. You can buy and sell. But with a house, you're playing your life. You're not. Yeah. If things goes down, you're dead for life. This is not a joke.
That's true.
The banks are one of the kindest place that you ever been to. But they're one of the most evil place that you ever been to, because when they fuck you over, they will fuck you hard. Trust me. Sorry for my language, but I want to get the message straight to you guys to understand that me and mate, we can buy a house. Put our family to refinance their house, and we can buy one now.
True. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. With a car, you just buy a car, and what you need to do is just do like things as registrations, roadworthy, and all this.
You don't need to go through the economy.
You don't need to. It's your own thing,
But a house is different.
House is different. That's true.
And just one more thing that I think. Before I mentioned this topic to Man, he has no idea that the interest rate fluctuate every single year, month as well. So let's just say right now is 4 point something %. It's like the record high in Australia, but you never know. Next year they jack it up 5 or 6%. So you can pay $400 mortgage every single week, which is affordable. But what if you jack up to 10%? That's double. That's $800. But hold on, you're only just paying off interest. You're not paying off the mortgage.
Wow.
So all your hard-working money, you're making the bank money,
More money, yeah.
but you're not paying off the loan that you had.
Wow. Bank. So let's say, for example, you have money in your bank account. And,
Yeah, I got a house, or no? I don't have a house.
no, you do have a house, but
Yeah, okay.
just say you have like money in your bank account, and you would, let's say, Commonwealth Bank. Do you make like interest from those money that you have in your bank account?
You do make an interest, like that's a banking interest. This is not housing interest.
I know, I'm just asking that.
They obviously, but it's not that much. It's like 5%.
5%.
Like honestly, if you have a $10,000, 5%. Sorry, I don't know maths, but I think $500 or $50 you gain.
$50.
Yeah.
For maybe $1
A month.
A month.
It's a single dollar for 5 cents. 5 cents. That's 5%.
That's not much,
Yeah. So you do earn money,
but it's
but you don't make much.
don't make much.
Yeah. I'm not saying you don't make money. But you do.
Okay.
So now you have a better understanding of housing.
Now I understand. Yeah. Now I know what I want to do. So
If you want to buy a house, think really carefully. Like even though you can afford to buy a house, but like to be honest with you, let's just say you bought the house $400,000 and you signed an agreement 25 years. Let's just say you literally paid off in 25 years. Do you know how much in total, or plus bank interest that you're paying off? Do you know how much the bank's earning?